Super history was always my favorite school subject when I was just a little boy living in the Philippine sector. I was always in awe of the glorious battles our ancestors fought to attain our present utopia. Countless men and women fighting for something grand, something greater than themselves. They all had purpose that I wish I had. It would take years before this longing turned into a reachable dream, when the Terminids and the automatons invaded our colonies out in space. When the cries of our pillaged colonies reached home, I knew where my calling was, for there is no greater glory or purpose than to stand in defense of your home. My first assignment was on the Terminid control planet of Angel's Venture. The bugs were much more disgusting and overwhelming than what the training camps have showed us. Nevertheless, Super Earth wouldn't have sent us if the situation with these bugs wasn't so dire. And for the first time in my life, I had purpose, and I was ready to lay my life for Super Earth. The campaign at Angel's Venture proved to be pretty brutal. The training camps could never prepare anyone from the sheer volume and ferocity of the bugs. But we persevered. We fought, we bled, we died, and we got back up. Soon, we finally managed to free the planet from the bugs. Although I have earned my shore leave, I chose to continue fighting, for I had heard about the dire situation at Malevolon Creek. Don't worry, my brothers and sisters, the creek shall be avenged. Malevolon Creek was the pinnacle of Super Earth's campaign against the Clankers. Thick, beautiful forests obscured these pieces of scrap as they ambushed us from the trees. While the bugs swarmed you at close range, the Clankers overwhelmed you with fire from all directions. Training covered bug combat, but the Clankers, they were an entirely different foe. The bleeding of the creek was intense. Thousands, if not millions, of Helldivers dead at the Clankers' heel, yet we refused to allow these scraps of metal fully overrun the planet. I refuse. I lost countless brothers and sisters to this planet, and I swear by Super Earth that their deaths will not be in vain. The creek was finally liberated. The countless souls of Helldivers who died in its defense finally vindicated. Those clankers will never sully the beautiful forests of Malevolon Creek again. Not to mention that we finally managed to completely drive these bastards out of the entire system. We won. We won. Rest now, my fallen brothers and sisters. Your deaths are not in vain. Malevolon Creek and its entire system is free. These godless robots are no more. During my shore leave at the creek, we received ill news. An automaton fleet suddenly started conquering several of our own planets north of the star map. When we heard these news, I looked to my fellow Helldivers who were there vacationing alongside me. We all had the same thought. Never again. There will never be another Malevolon Creek. I was immediately sent to Medkent. This new planet is entirely different from the others, and almost makes the creek look like child's play by comparison. Endless literal firestorms and countless fire tornadoes battered our positions, while our enemies took advantage of the planet's terrain to strike us. It was difficult fighting both the environment and your enemies, but the creek has hardened both our resolve and our battle prowess. Throughout our continued campaign against the Clankers, we received word that the bugs were on the move. A major order was put out to neutralize 2 billion bugs to stem their advance. While the others were hesitant to leave the automaton front, we assured them that we would hold the line while they defend our colonies east of the star map. And hold we did. I was amazed to hear that we managed to achieve this major order in less than a day. This was truly a glorious event and showed the galaxy the supreme might of the Helldivers in a united front. As a Creek veteran, I am proud to call all of you brothers and sisters. We held firm on the automaton front, and we were slowly beating them back. But something peculiar happened. Suddenly, we received news that Super Earth is now requiring all Helldivers and their respective destroyers to register at some kind of new database system. They called it PSN. Though I am not averse to registering, as Super Earth has mandated plenty of services that required registration. But something about PSN struck me as odd. I found out that the system was hacked by the clankers in the past. Not once, not twice, not even 5 times, but 7. It baffles the mind as to why Super Earth would trust such a compromised system, not to mention that the system is not inclusive to all regions under our great government. My sector, along with 100 plus others, are not supported by this registration system. To make matters worse, our destroyers would lose all power and support if we fail to register, which boggles the mind further, as this means we will permanently lose vast quantities of Helldivers fighting in our fronts. Could it be? Could this newly established front by the clankers be a smokescreen? I am not alone in my suspicions towards this PSN. There are many more who find this new system suspicious. This company, this Sony, harbors traitorous motives. Why else would they suddenly require us to use such a ludicrous and vulnerable system that the clankers had access in the past? There are Helldivers who simply registered without a second thought and accused us, of being traitors. No, we are not the traitors. This company and those Helldivers are the true traitors to manage democracy, and just as our ancestors in the past have done, we will collectively stand together and hold our heels against this much more sinister foe. Super Earth will not fall to these clankers and clankers sympathizers. This upcoming campaign will determine the very soul of Super Earth. I pray that the true patriots of managed democracy will prevail. We fought through countless worlds, braved countless dangers, and we were all ready to bleed even more for Super Earth. This is bigger than Angel's Venture, than Menkent, and it is even way bigger than the Creek. We are all Super Earth citizens, regardless of our sector, and we are all Super Earth's defenders. And together we dive, or none of us dive at all.
Attention! We extend our sincerest gratitude to Arrowhead for valuing our community's voice. Your dedication to the Helldivers universe inspires us all. Let's march forward together as we eagerly anticipate the dawn of Helldivers 2. Over and out.
This is a message for Arrowhead. I am honored that I have played Helldivers 2 with my friends, even for a short while. And I know your true goal was to let the people enjoy your game that your company has created. And I am honored to play your game. And you have my full respect. But also, I have a message for Sony alone. You done fucked it up. You really done fucked it up. That is my message.
Sony, even though you said you backed off with the decision of requiring PSN linking, you still haven't reverted back all the restricted countries that couldn't buy the game. Fix this immediately and hopefully your stocks will come back again. Who knows? And Arrowhead, you have made a wonderful and fun game that me and my friends can play. I'm happy to support any way I can to get your passion and love of gaming spreading all of it over the world. Also, good job showing what live service should be made and giving microtransactions its original name, being micro. No?
To all the officers and commanders in the Arrowhead Ministry, I thank you for the opportunity to dive into the galaxy with my comrade.
To Arrowhead, You have made an amazing game that is unfortunately not available for everyone to play. We appreciate your ongoing efforts to rectify this problem. The game has been a massive source of enjoyment for my fellow Helldivers and I. However, due to your contractual obligations to Sony and Sony's inability to see the negative effects of their actions, your game is unfortunately inaccessible to many potential Helldiver aspirees. To Sony, adding to what was said to Arrowhead, your actions defy logic. If you can make money off of Helldivers 2 and know that it is widely popular, why do you not push for this game to be sold globally? The only answer is that you are ignorant about your consumers, you are ignorant when it comes to the consequences of your actions, and embarrassingly, that you are ignorant in business. I ask that you rectify the sale of the game so that all regions can enjoy. The benefits you reap are a bigger audience and more sales. It may not salvage your reputation. In fact, it may not do anything to it at all. But it is a step in the right direction. Failure to do so is willful, malicious ignorance, and it will do nothing but continue to damage your reputation and any future business. There are simply too many people who are unwilling to abide by these practices. Too many people who stand by freedom and democracy. Too many people who will not allow themselves to be continually tricked. Heed these words, for they are a premonition for things to come should you continue on your path.
Thank you, Arrowhead, for giving us the opportunity to serve and spread managed democracy across the universe. People from all over have gathered together in the name of Super Earth as we don our capes and dive into freedom. Better watch out, Sony. Your actions have very dire consequences. Helldivers for life, Helldivers lead the way. If they want war, we'll give them war.
Operated by Aiminiku, SES, Whisper of the Stars.
My name is Emagdaol, a proud owner of the founding father of family values.
This is Chief Maxus Reader of SES Beacon of Family Values.
This is Rachel Zedrose, Helldiver of the SES Star of Dawn.
This is Helldiver Vacare of the SES Wings of Courage.
This is Spartan 257 of the SES Lord of Steel.
Together, we dive.
Together, we dive.
Together, we dive.
Together, we dive.
For liberty.
The fighting from within proved to be quite the brutal undertaking. Sony is far more formidable than the clankers or the bugs. They're even more nefarious than the rumored Illuminate. Subterfuge and infighting plagued our ranks, traitorous Helldivers going to the defense of these vipers. It's just another registration system, they said. Why are you questioning it? No. This PSN reeks of clanker infiltration. This is an affront to our way of life, and we will not yield.
We endure, we'll win. The blizzards of their shadow, they wail and they roar. We fight for the freedom of worlds we adore. With iron in our hearts and snow in our sight, we'll reclaim the Draco sector and bring back the light.
The campaign is over. True democracy prevails once again. Sony has surrendered and relinquished control of the supply lines back to the true patriots of Super Earth. May 6 will forever go down in history as a great day for all true patriotic Helldivers and citizens. We won. We won. No. We always win. Against any kind of insurmountable odds. And it has been a pleasure fighting against this infiltration with my true patriotic brothers and sisters. Though I must say, it was shorter than the other campaigns I had experienced. But it was the most painful of them all. Helldiver against Helldiver. Compatriots fighting compatriots. It was a sight I could barely stomach. Although we have regained control of the supply lines, we lost thousands of Helldivers in the fighting, and hundreds of regions were cut off from Super Earth. Hundreds of colonies and destroyers unable to contribute to the great democratic crusade, let alone feed themselves. Though many celebrate and return to their duties, I remain steadfast, as we have yet to re-establish contact with these affected regions, and as always, I am not alone in that thought. I survived my baptism at Angel's Venture. I bled with my brethren at Malevolon Creek, and we held the line while Super Earth was battered on 3 different fronts across the galaxy. Whatever the future holds, I am confident that we will be ready to strike back to defend our way of life. For we are Helldivers, and we are the shield of democracy. This has been Maven of the SES Bringer of Audacity. Citizen, Patriot, Helldiver.